Hey, what's up everybody? ESAM here bringing you another video. This one going to be my tournament wrap up for TGL and Panda Global presents Too Hot to Handle in Miami, Florida this weekend. So the event was 2 days. I had Smash 4 singles and doubles and Melee singles and doubles. I only entered Smash 4 singles and doubles and I teamed with MVD, and let's just get into it. I'm gonna go over doubles first. So round one we played against Seth and Sly, which I remember, I didn't write it down. I'm pretty sure it was a Marth and Cloud team, and we 2-0'd them, and then afterwards they were like, it was really fun to play, you guys are like our favorite team. Then next we play against Zaltis and Pickpocket, so South Florida, Rosa and Villager team. Game 2 they actually went double Villager, and it was kind of annoying, but either way, still pretty solid, and we won. So that put us into winners quarterfinals because there was only like 30 or 40 something teams, I don't remember. So we played against Rydia and Kashmir, which is a Pikachu Falcon team from Tampa, and we actually lost that 2-1. Game 1, Smashville, they were able to just do everything they wanted, and they just got the lead early and just kept it pretty much and played equal to us after that. But they were able to get that first game. Game 2, we played really well on our counter pick. I don't remember where it was, but it was pretty confident. Game 3, we ended up going to FD, and Rydia read 2 of NVD's rolls, like at 90 or so percent, and got 2 pretty early kills. And so that was the main factor, in my opinion, of us losing that game, because it ended up being very close. You know, I could have won a 2v1, but I didn't. Both Pikachu and Falcon, very fast characters, so if I hit one of them, the other one was just there to interrupt, so I couldn't drag someone off stage or something like that, especially because Rydia not scared to go off stage if I hit Kashmir, so that was pretty unfortunate. So we do end up dropping 2 losers after that at 9th place, where we ended up beating Koga and Hazmat, or Koga Rasuma, I guess is his full tag, and Hazmat 2-0, so that was a Bayonetta Lucina team. Again, just our teamwork worked pretty well. Like, we weren't playing bad versus Rydia and Kashmir, so we weren't really scared that we were going to lose. So we won 2-0 against that, advanced into top 8, where we 2-0'd 8-Bit-Man and Dath against South Florida, Rob and Robin. And then also, well, game 1, 8-Bit-Man went Diddy, but went robbed game 2, and we still, like, both games were pretty solid in our favor, got some edge guards, got team combos, and for the most part, almost the whole tournament, we were going Pikachu Diddy Kong. We didn't really go Pika Cloud very often, or at all, I think we just went Pika Diddy the whole time. I might be wrong. So the next up after that, we played against Tachyon and Ross. You know, the Jacksonville Pikachu and either Cloud or Corrin or Lucina. Ross plays a lot of characters and they're very strong, but we have beat them every time we've played them in tournament, and this was no exception. But they did play, in my opinion, very well. I was able to get some pretty lucky kills on Tachyon because, like, I got like Thunder Spikes at like 30% or something like that. It was kind of ridiculous. Like, both games I got one of those, and I was able to edge guard the Cloud, and we were just able to win that off of that pretty much, because, you know, an early stock on a Pikachu, especially considering he can be really annoying to hit, is actually huge. So we advanced into top 4, where we ended up playing against Wonder Bread and Rio, the Ike Little Mac team. One of the games they ended up going Corrin Lucina, I think, or something like that, but we were able to take it 3-1 over them. Pretty solid play on our part again, which put us into a rematch against Rydia and Kashmir, and we 3-0'd them this time. They were hitting themselves a lot more, and MVD was playing a bit more careful to not get, like, caught out by Kashmir or caught out by Rydia, so we were able to play more like a center stage game, able to work our stuff, and then Rydia and Kashmir clashed against each other, and probably, I think they got 2 or 3 kills on each other throughout the 3 games, which advances us into grand finals, where we had to play against Matty G and Captain Zach. In set 1, we 3-0'd them. We weren't really getting witch time, we weren't getting really janked out, and we were just playing super solid again, Pikachu Diddy. So we 3-0'd them, is reset the bracket, but then immediately lose 3-0 afterwards. We were getting hit by a few more random things. You know, they switched up their playstyles a little bit. According to some people, I started playing worse, but I haven't rewatched the set yet, so I don't know. But either way, you know, just a little thing started going wrong our way. Like, game 1 was very close. Game 2, we had a lead. I accidentally SD'd at 40%, which is a pretty big deal, and MVD could have won the 2v1, but didn't. And also, it was one of those things that's like, you know, we missed our confirms like 2 or 3 times. They weren't getting hit by the monkey flip, so we couldn't get any early kills. And then also MVD's up smash, or rather, they fell out of MVD's up smash like 3 or 4 times throughout the set, which was like, that was a kill, and then they give us 40% because they have that stock still. So a lot of unfortunate things that led to that 2v1 in their favor, or rather that match in their favor. And then game 3, we were both kind of tilted, so they kind of steamrolled us. And so they were the victors of doubles at Too Hot to Handle, but second place still made a fat like $440 because there was a $2,000 pop bonus, so good stuff, TGL. So my pool was actually pretty difficult for me. I didn't drop that many games, but it was still like a lot. There were a lot of close matches. So first off, I had to play against Zen Zen, who was I think like 11 or 12-year-old, it looked like. His brother and his dad were watching, and he was super excited to play me. So I gave him, you know, my 100% because that's what he asked for. He was, you know, talking about like, oh, I'm gonna go like a random character like Jigglypuff. I'm like, no, go your main, you know, get the experience, have fun, you know, and if you win, and that's really impressive for you. But he took a stock actually game 1, which was impressive by him, and then game 2 he went to Falcon, and that wasn't good because Pika Falcon is pretty bad, but he did counterpick the correct stage, which was FD in that scenario. That's where Kashmir always counterpicks me in Rydia, so smart choice by him, but again, just outskilled, outmatchup, so I won that 2-0. Next up was Fuji, who is a South Florida Villager main, and those were 2 very close games. I won 2-0, but game 1 I think I won with about 80 or 90% on me, and then game 2 actually took my first stock first, and then I immediately came back and retorted because like he messed up, he Lloyd rocketed a little too close to stage, and so I forward smashed him, and then I end up, you know, stringing him. Like I hit him once, I deal him like 30 from the combo, and then just in disadvantage I kept him there on Smashville for like 70 to 80%, and then he ends up getting me to about 40 or 50, which is bowling ball percent, so he tried to get a roll read. I didn't bite, and then I up smashed him for the kills game 2, and so that was going to be a 2-0 for me. And then after that I played against Day, the Lucario main from now Central Florida but was Gainesville. So game 1 I was destroying him on Battlefield. I had him at 190% on Battlefield, and then I quick attack into a forward smash at quite literally 30%, and I die from across stage because Lucario, and I was like, well, that's Smash 4, so I'm still playing really well. I think I'm outplaying you. This is fine by me, you know, in my head, right? And so game 2, I go to Smashville and I win that. I think a low percent 1 stock, but he didn't really get to like the crazy percents. I think it was at like 90 or so or 100 when I killed him. I might have got a jab block. And then game 3, he went to Town and City, and I was able to like kind of reset the position because the stage is so long, which I'm actually really starting to like Town and City a lot more than I used to. So I did that, and I was able to win that again. Low percent 1 stock. He didn't really get to too low percent because I did get up throw Thunder at about like 115, 120. So I was able to win that. And by the way, just for reference, all of the VODs will be up are already up actually on youtube.com/doghouse esports, and I will put that link down below. It'll be the first line of the description is where you can get the VODs. So please go check them out. There were so many amazing matches at this tournament. But so after that I advanced into top 48 where I have to play Rich Brown, and I won that 3-0. Just a lot of solid decisions on my part, a lot of good juggling, a lot of reading his panic options, and so just consistently throughout the set. He did very well though. I think one of the games was a 2 stock, but the 2 other ones were 1 stock. One of them was very close, and then the other one was like 30 or 40%, so I did advance into winners quarterfinals where I had to play Captain Zach, where I again 3-0'd him. I won game 1 on Town and City with a 2 stock. Game 2 on Lilac, he got a really early witch time kill on me. I think he comboed me from like 7% or something like that and got the kill, but I ended up bringing it back and winning. I got kind of unlucky because I went for an edge guard off stage and he witch timed it, and it didn't hit the witch time, but the blue thunder procced bat within rather, and he couldn't make it back, or I guess he could, but he tried to like hit me out of it, so he wasted his double jump, and then the up he didn't make it back to stage, so he wasn't able to make it back, and so I won that. And then game 3 I 2-stocked him on Battlefield. That's the game that I started taunting a lot, which I think a lot of people saw. You know, I just figured like if Zach taunts everyone, I'm gonna taunt back, and it's kind of like I love taunting, I love doing that type of thing, so I didn't really feel bad about it. But again, I really like Zach. It's not like it was like a I hate you and someone will do this to you. It was just fun competition, and I was feeling myself a little bit because it was the first time I had actively camped that hard in a matchup and seen the results, so I was really happy with that. So I advanced into top 8 winners, which was the next day, but before that we had actually had some crazy matches. We had Kashmir running through losers bracket. He lost to Buzz the round 1 of top 48. So when he went into losers, he beat the Gaunt, who was a Falcon from CFL nowadays. Then he beat MVD 3-2 in, like, for me, a heartbreaking set because of how MVD lost, but as a Kashmir fan, you would say it was like a crazy win, crazy comeback type of thing. And then he beat Sam Sora game 5 to make it into top 8. So Sam Sora didn't get top 8 at like a B tier. That's crazy. But so Kashmir played amazingly well. There were just so many hype matches, and again, I implore you to go check out the VODs. A lot of the matches were really good at this tournament, but let's get into top 8. So top 8, I had to play Buzz, who I've had like a recent streak on. I think I've beat him like 4 of the last or 5 of the 6 last times I've played him or something like that since Smashadelphia. But unfortunately this time I did fall 3-1. I messed up a lot. Like first off, Buzz got really good at spacing against my forward airs, which was it made it way more difficult to kill Luma. But even when I got the opportunities to kill Luma, for the most part I was missing them. I was just hitting Luma on the wrong side. I was hitting with like weak hitboxes that didn't send him off. So it was a lot of really like bad decisions and just like unfortunate misspacings on my part. And then I got frustrated, and so like I didn't really play particularly well after like most of the game 3 and 4. But game 4 I actually had this like crazy comeback similar to Smashadelphia, except I ended up losing at the very end, but we were both like, it was like 130 to like 0, and then it was like 130 to like 100. So I brought it back, but unfortunately it was not enough. So he was able to take it 3-1 to advance into winners finals, and I jumped into losers bracket where I had to play Sailor Salem yet again. I mean, I know I played him just now at Dreamhack Denver. Same thing, I lost to 0, had to play Salem. But this time I was able to outcamp the hell out of him. I committed 100% to just, I'm going to run away, and then if it gets into a CQC fight, I'm just gonna pick like 1 or 2 options and then just run away the rest of the time, which it worked because I timed him out 2 games where technically game 4 would have been a timeout, but he SD'd before, before time ran out with like a second left. Game 3 I had a ridiculous up smash an up smash hit on his back air, so I saw his, I knew he was going to back air me, and so I threw out an up smash. So like I ducked a little bit, avoided the back air, and then just like clipped his foot that was there. If he didn't back air, it wouldn't have hit him, and that's actually how I got the stock game 3. But I was very, very happy that I won. I didn't pop off. I was just like, yes. I don't like playing lame and losing because I don't like playing lame in the first place, but at least if I'm winning, I'm like, okay, at least the strategy is working, so I'm fine with that. And so I was able to advance into loser semifinals where I had to have a rematch against Captain Zach because he beat Mr. E and then Matty G and then Dyer to make it back to loser semis, and this was an incredibly close set. So game 1, I win pretty much same game plan as the first day. I wasn't really worried. Game 2, he goes FD and counterpicks me to Peach, and I was winning by a lot, but then I SD'd, I messed up an angle, or rather I like didn't do a second angle for some reason when I was trying to grab the ledge, and so I SD I think at like 40 to 50%. I might be wrong on that, it might have been like 50 or 60, whatever. Either way, huge momentum break. I kill him immediately, I'm winning by a decent amount, and then he gets this little string on me and reads my landing with an up smash at like 65 or 70% and gets that game. Then I'm like, okay, well if I didn't SD I would have won, and so I counterpick back to FD, keep him on Peach, or I guess he didn't counterpick back to Bayo because he doesn't want to play Bayo on FD, and I win that very solid. Then game 4, he's on he counterpicks to Battlefield and he starts swagging on me. He's super confident that game, gets me with so many things like smash attacks and like 3 down airs. It was actually ridiculous. He started playing really well. I was like, man, he's playing with a lot more confidence than he did yesterday, so this is kind of worrying. But game 5, I was again able to just play the passive game, get a lead at the beginning, play really lame, and just camp him out, and then he gets aggressive, and then I won, and that's pretty much the story of that. And so I ended up winning that 3-2 to advance into losers finals, where I ultimately had to play Manny because he lost to DeBuzz in a game 5 set in winners finals. So I was able to play Manny. Obviously recently I've had my Sonic struggles, but this one did not feel like a Sonic struggle. This just felt like a really good set between 2 of the top 3 players in Florida. I go Pikachu game 1, and it was a JV2 because he ends up hitting me with a 50-50 last stock right after I kill him. Game 2 I go Samus and I win. Game 3 I 2-stock him on Town and City with Samus. Game 4 he goes back to Town and City and 2-stocks me with, I'm still Samus. And then game 5 I go back to Battlefield, which was the first stage I won on with Samus. Yeah, I think he was like a high percent 2-stock. He got a really nice edge guard on me, and he just outplayed me. Manny was playing so well today, so I drop into 3rd, but Manny was the story of the tournament overall in my opinion, because obviously he was expected to make top 8 winners, I'm pretty sure, where he was supposed to play Salem, but Dyer beat Salem in winners quarters, so Manny was able to play Dyer to advance into winners finals. We had a really close set with DeBuzz, who beat him at Evo and has beat him I think a few times before that, but then in grand finals he beat DeBuzz twice, 3-1. Immaculate play by him, played amazingly well. He's had such a strong run throughout the last couple of months. It was actually, it's so crazy. Like he's, like right now, like I went up to him afterwards because there was an award ceremony where I got like medal and we got paid out and stuff, because they paid out in cash, which was amazing because we don't have to wait like 2 months. Like I'm still waiting for Dreamhack Montreal payment, but I got my 2 out to handle payment yesterday and I still made like $700 from singles, so that was kind of nice. But either way, like I go up to him, I'm like, man, why do I gotta be the 3rd best player in Florida now under you and Salem? He just laughs. Like he played so well this whole tournament, played absolutely amazing. Like losing to DeBuzz in winners finals is fine because DeBuzz, again, like top 7 or 8 player in the world at this current moment with his results. So it's no shame losing to him, and then he beat him twice, and that's crazy. Had the crazy pop off. Super well deserved, and yeah, that is going to be about it for this video in my opinion. I mean, 2 out to handle overall, a really good event. There were some hiccups, there was supposed to be an after party, but I think a tropical storm hit Miami yesterday, or tropical depression or something hit Miami on Saturday, and so a lot of the people didn't want to go to the party because it was terrible out. It poured like all day, that's not like TGL or Panda's fault, it's just kind of unfortunate. So that didn't end up going, and that was one of like the biggest appeals of the event, so that didn't happen, and that was pretty much the only hiccup. I feel like most of the other things that were promised by the event were happened by the event. I was housing Matty, I was housing a combination of Matty G, Hazmat, and Captain Zach throughout this weekend. Matty G came over Thursday, he went to Versus, then stayed there Friday, Hazmat stayed Saturday, and Captain Zach stayed last night, because this is Monday when I'm recording it. And so I was able to have a few people in my house and was able to play with them. And again, no bad blood between anyone really in Florida at this point. A lot of the drama that happened from like TGL Divided is kind of gone, because it was like, lol, it's CFL, SFL, but now we're just like having fun with each other and we're really coming together as a state, which I really like. Obviously, we're still gonna root for our boys. Like, if there's like Riot versus Nick Riddle, there will be the CFL versus SFL crowd but it's not like bad blood like everyone thought it was, or even maybe if there was some, apart from like a few little things that like there are still particular people that don't like each other, but that's gonna happen in any scene, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, social media, Panda and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye.